Hi, this is Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson. Hi, this is Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson.
What's up, everybody? I'm Matt Leinart, 2004 Heisman Trophy winner.
Hey, I'm Zane Gonzalez.
Hi, I'm Matt Barry from ESPN. You're getting ready to watch one of the best college football podcasts ever. It's the Harris Highlight Show.
You're watching the Harris Highlight Show.
And you're watching the Harris Highlight Show.
And you're listening to the Harris Highlight Show. Enjoy it.
Na 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 na.
Coming to you live from my house in Monrovia, California. This is a very special, a very fun episode of the Harris Highlight Show. Joining me this week is our college football analyst, Josh Schaefer, our college football expert, Lyle Goldstein, our executive producer, Brady Klein, and I'm your host for the evening, Blake Harris. Boys, I'm just going to get right to it immediately. This is a very special Thursday edition episode because it is a fantasy football draft episode. Now, we were going to be doing a show this year, doing a college football fantasy draft, but unfortunately with how that's gone, we're not doing it. So instead, we're doing an NFL fantasy draft. And what we decided to do was we take the four of us and we would add in 8 of our Patreon members to this league. So for those of you that have been watching in previous weeks, if you donate to our Patreon page, you get a link to this group. You'd get in on this, and that's what we're going to be doing. So the draft officially is going to be starting at 7:15 p.m. Eastern. So we have 13 minutes. We got 13 minutes to pretty much go over the ground rules, and we're going to be bringing in members of the league to pretty much just spend 30 seconds with each of them talking about their experience with fantasy football and what they're looking forward to most. So after we talk to them, we're going to get to the rules. We're each going to share our own personal quick thoughts on fantasy football. But guys, are you guys ready to start one by one bringing in some of our league members?
Absolutely, Blake.
I thought Josh had like some lag because he was like doing this for about 5 seconds. All right, bringing in our first league member, we got our good old buddy Andrew Koster, who is a fan of the show. He's called in multiple times. You couldn't do this league without him. So Andrew, welcome to the live chat. 2 questions for you. Number 1, what is your experience with fantasy football? And the second question, how pumped are you to take an L from me, not only in our highlight league, but this league as well?
All right, so regarding that second question, who did better in our YouTube league last year? I'll give you a hint. It wasn't you.
I came in third. I came in third.
Nice. I came in second. So I've done pretty good. I've won the league a couple of times. Did better than Blake in our league last year in YouTube, and I'm going to do it again. So, yeah.
No. All right, is there any player? I mean, I'm not going to ask you, but is there a player that you're hoping to take in round 1? Again, don't tell me the player, but is there a guy that you have your eyes locked on that you're just kind of like locked in, ready to take?
I'm still debating on it. I haven't looked on it too much this year, just haven't, especially with everything going on. But I will give you a hint. It's actually not Julio Jones.
Oh, dang it. All right.
He is the best receiver in the league.
Well, he's the second best receiver. He's also the second best receiver in that conference. But Andrew,
sure.
I'll be talking to you, I'm sure, during the chat and tonight during our highlight league chat. So as always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll be talking to you later.
Yeah, sounds good, man. Go.
Oh no, I just right before he said "Go Tigers," I cut him out. So we lose Andrew. Moving on now to our next one. You guys probably recognize him. He was on our show, I think, 2 weeks ago. The guy with a huge wallet, and that's our man Connor. So Connor, I think you heard me ask those 2 questions to Andrew, but in case you didn't, we're going to ask you 2 quick questions before we get started. Number 1, what overall is your previous experience with fantasy football? And I guess what are you looking forward to the most in this league that we're doing?
So my previous experience was my other league that I'm in, which is a 16-team league, that's kind of nuts. I've been in it 2 years, and I came in second the first year, and then I won it last year. So I'm coming from that win. I'm taking that money that I donated to you back. So I'm looking forward to take that. And then what I'm looking forward to is just being able to, get to know you guys and being able to have some fun, and hopefully we'll have a good season.
And as I just asked Andrew, is there a player that you're, again, you don't have to tell us, is there someone that you're really hoping to get with your first round pick that you've just had your eye on this whole time?
Not really. I just like to let see how it goes. And I kind of go with, I don't always go for need. I always kind of go with what's the best player available. So it just depends on how it's going to go. But I just like to sit back and just kind of see how it goes, because I've seen some crazy things happen in my other league in the past couple of years. So hopefully it'll be fun this year.
Well, we're looking forward to it, and like I said, I'm really looking forward to handing you the L this year. I don't know, I haven't looked at the schedule, so I don't know what week we play, but it's going to be a lot of fun. But Connor, see you in the chat during the rest of the night, and best of luck with your draft.
Thanks, man. See ya.
No worries. All right, guys. So yeah, we're just going, one by one here, knocking everyone out. So we got someone else to bring in right now, a first-time member of the live stream, and that's our man Johnny Barrow. So Johnny, first things first, I need to double check that I've been pronouncing your name right this entire time, right?
You got it.
Okay, so I've been getting his name right, because as you guys know, I'm the absolute worst when it comes to
You can never be too sure with Blake.
It could have been like Barrow, it could have been Barra. Like, I just got to make sure. So we've lost Brady, but that's okay, Johnny. Again,
I'm back.
Previous two questions I asked these previous guys. Number one, what's your previous experience with fantasy football, and what are you looking forward to the most with this league?
Well, I've been doing fantasy football since 2017. Came in second, and last year was.
I think we've lost Johnny. We've lost. Can you guys? How's your guys' connection with him?
No, he cut out for me too.
Yeah.
I think he's frozen. So, Johnny, if you're watching, I removed you from the stream. Try to come back in. I'll shoot you a DM on Twitter right now. So we're waiting to hear back from a few people, guys. But with 7 minutes left, let me just shoot a message real quick, and someone take over for me for the next 30 seconds.
So welcome into the Schaefer Highlights Show Fantasy Football Draft. So let's just jump right back into where we were before. Lyle, what's your experience with fantasy football, and what are you looking forward to most from this year's season?
Fingers crossed that we get a full season of play, a full and safe season of play, just so, for the sake of like all leagues and fans around the world, that this, that football keeps going all year. I played since I was young. I mean, I like it. Sometimes I would wonder if it deteriorates from watching the football as like a pure fan, just because then you're so locked in on wanting certain players of yours to do well. But obviously at the same time, the other side of that coin is it keeps you more locked in and you're watching more games.
I'd be remiss if I didn't follow up real quick here, Blake. So sources are saying we have at least 8 sources saying that have reported in the past that you are considering dropping out of this league today. Can you confirm that for us right now?
I'll get back to that after we talk to Johnny, who's back in. Hopefully your connection's better, Johnny. So, and you can just try explaining again.
And we lost Blake.
And we lost Josh. So Johnny, your experience with fantasy football, your enjoyment and wanting to join this league, what led to that?
So, wanting to join this league? Well,
yeah.
I'm a loyal follower to the Harris Highlight Show. I've been watching you guys since. Oh, I've been watching the Harris Highlight Show since 2018, but I've been watching the channel since 2016. So one day I decided to look up the top 100 plays in college football, and yours was one of the first ones that popped up. So I guess that's what brought me here today.
I'll take it. Guys, it turns out I think it's my connection.
It is. I told you that earlier, Blake.
I moved my Google Nest thing to another part of the house where it's closer to the router, but I guess I am still having a problem. But Johnny, I appreciate it. I appreciate you being a supporter. And again, I'm looking forward to handing you an L this year in fantasy. So looking forward to the draft, and best of luck tonight.
Best of luck to you too, Blake.
All right, guys. So now we're just, waiting to hear from a few other people who I sent the DMs to, waiting to hear back. And again, if they join late, we can, talk to them throughout the course of the show, because we're going to have about an hour and a half or so. But guys, let me get to the league rules as we get to it right now. I see we have about 6 minutes. Total roster size, we got 15, 11 starters, 4 bench. We got 3 IR spots because this year with COVID, a lot of players might be getting it. So we're giving you 3 IR spots. this is when things get exciting, boys. It's a 2-quarterback league. Now, I know Lyle has familiarity with this 2-quarterback league. Now, luckily for Lyle, he's not going to be taking Drew Brees and Josh Allen both in the first round like some guys in his other league back home do. So it's going to be a 2-quarterback league, 2 running backs, 2 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 2 flex. And guys, this is when things get really fun and exciting. I decided to ditch the kicker and the defense because that's no fun. And I decided to add a punter and a head coach. Now, Brady actually has experience with punter leagues, which I don't know. I mean, that's the most BK thing ever. The fact that he's played in fantasy football leagues with punters. So we're going to have a punter. We're going to have a head coach. And in regards to the scoring, guys, before we bring on our next guest, in regards to the scoring, where to go? Here we go. The scoring. Quarterback yards, every 20 passing yards, 1 point. Every 10 completions, half a point. Touchdown passes are worth 5 points. You get some bonuses with high passing games. Interceptions, -3. Every 10 receiving yards, 1 point. Every catch is 1.5 points. I accidentally didn't go back and change the settings when I initially made it. So 1.5 per catch, 7 points for a touchdown reception. And in regards to the punters and kickers, guys, I'm not going to explain the punter points just because punting's weird. But in regards to the head coach, if you get a team win, if the team wins of that head coach, that's 4 points. If they lose, that's -4 points. And then it pretty much, the amount they win by, that's how it goes based off that. So if you win by 10 points, you get more. If you win by 20, you get more, etc. So we have a few minutes left. Let's get to our next guest, who I can already see is rocking. It looks like I'm trying to see here. The number's kind of cut off. Number 3. Is that a Marcus Mariota jersey? Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. He has a custom jersey. He's got a custom Lucas McKnight jersey. I thought it was going to be a Marcus Mariota one because he's such a huge Oregon fan. Lucas, I don't know if you were able to see the 2 questions we asked everyone else before we got to the show, but 2 quick questions, in the next 30, 45 seconds. Number 1, what's your past experience with fantasy football? Number 2, what are you looking forward to the most with this league?
Oh man, it's been a minute. It's been a while. I think the last time I played, I don't know if you guys can you guys hear me? Fine.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, new headphones. Sorry. It's been, I think, 3 years since I last played fantasy football, so it's been a minute. So I'm still, talking to my buddies, trying to figure out what kind of picks I need to make.
All right, so I mean, well, I forget where you are in the draft, but there is a Tennessee Titan that's going in the first round. So it's a matter of, does he fall to you? Does someone nab him? We'll have to personally wait and see. But Lucas, thank you so much, for your previous donations. We are going to get you on a future episode and sometime in the future to talk Oregon, to talk everything else, and to talk about the L that you're going to be handed courtesy of me. So best of luck tonight. Have fun. And I'm sure we'll be seeing you interacting in the chat with us.
Right on. Thanks, guys.
No worries, my man.
Blake, the way you said that, it sounded like you were going to say, and live from New York, it's Saturday night. I was really expecting you to go into that when you were done.
All right, we got time for one more, guys. We got Jose coming in right now. Jose, I see you're rocking the Rams beanie, so I'm sure Josh is going to like that. We got about a minute and a half until the draft, so rapid fire for these 2 questions. Not sure if you heard what I just asked to Lucas, but question number 1, just what's your overall experience with fantasy football? And number 2, what are you looking forward to the most with this league?
For fantasy football, I've been on both sides. I've had 6-game losing streaks and 6-game winning streaks. So I've been on both sides of the spectrum. I play usually every season. So since I've been young.
Well, it's gonna be interesting to see who takes the first Rams player between you and Josh. I have a feeling
Johnny Hecker at 8.
Josh is going to cave first, and take Hecker at 8. But Jose, like I said, we have about a minute till the draft starts, so we're going to let you get into the draft room. We'll be talking to you in there, and thanks for donating, and looking forward to a fun year this year. Or fun, that's a tongue twister. It's going to be a lot of fun, my man. All right, guys, it's officially time. So Brady, we got 1 minute left, and I say we get that screen up so everyone can see, our fantasy draft that we're going to do this. We're doing this via ESPN, so we're going to do it via the ESPN app. Guys, I'm looking forward to this. We got, 45 seconds or so, 30 seconds. I have no clue what you guys are going to do in regards to the draft. I'm not exactly sure. Is it look blurry for anyone else, or is it just me?
It's a little blurry.
It's because it's so far zoomed out. I might be able to make it a little bigger. Hang on, let's see what we can do here.
All right, well, the draft's about to start in 30 seconds, so hopefully we can get it going. Coster here, of course, he's already talking smack. Blake doesn't know how to dish L's. He only knows how to take them. Again, I was the best team in our Highlight Fantasy League last year, Andrew, but of course, oh, there it goes, Brady. That's perfect. Whoopsie, sorry about that.
Welcome to the best day of the year.
I'm gonna have to turn off these sound effects. So
yeah, you will.
So in regards to the order, Brady has the number 2 pick. I have the number 4 pick. Lyle has the number 5 pick, and Josh, I believe you have the number 8 pick. Is that correct?
I do. That is correct.
All right, so we got people coming in, everyone enjoying the chat, and I guess number 1, they're making us wait. Christian McCaffrey goes 1, and it's up to Brady.
Oh, that was quick. That was really quick. Do I just
Brady,
milk the clock and just run it all the way down, or just go
no,
quickly?
because we want to get through this thing before my next.
We'll get through it. I made the mistake. I was cursed last year. I took him 1, but I'm gonna take him at 2 this year. Let's go Saquon. I did, lad.
Hey, so Blake, do you know who every single team is, or who it belongs
I'd have to go back and double check to see, because based on the team names, I'm not exactly sure. It looks like we're missing 1. So we're missing 1. So hopefully he's able to join sometime, but we'll have to wait and see. Zeke Elliott at number 3. Guys, I only have 20 seconds right now to figure this out, and I'm already stressing who I want to go with. Now, you would think I want to take a Saints player, which would be the smart move on my part. And guys, I can confirm I'm going to take a Saints player with this pick. Who's it going to be? I think we're going to find out right now.
Heck.
It was close to being Michael Thomas, but I had to go with my boy Kamara. And Lyle takes Lamar Jackson.
This is a 2 quarterback league. I play in a 2 quarterback league, and in 2 quarterback leagues, the most important position is like not even close to quarterbacks.
Yep, I was going to say. So for those of you that haven't played in 2 quarterback leagues, often quarterbacks, they go a lot earlier than in normal drafts, just because, again, they're so much more valuable having 2 of them. Michael Thomas goes there. Josh, you're 1 pick away, and unfortunately, I don't see any Rams anywhere in sight. So, it's
Johnny Hecker.
I'm going to see who the highest rated punter is based off
Holmes at 7.
It's Jacksonville's punter, Logan Cook. He's the projected highest punter. Johnny Hecker's the 5th. And Josh takes Dalvin Cook. This will be exciting to see, boys. This will be exciting to see. Overall, though, what are you guys' thoughts so far on the draft? Whenever you guys do drafts,
2 quarterbacks taken to the top 8. I like it already.
Whenever you guys do, drafts, mock drafts, any kind of drafts, do you guys go in with a plan of sort, or do you kind of just wing it, see what happens, and play it by ear?
Rookie at number 10, by the way, okay. Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
And we need to talk about him because I think there's opinions all around. But to answer Blake's first question, I usually like to go in with a plan. I'll usually do a couple mock drafts before to have some idea.
I'll do a mock draft to start, just to get, see what is best available at that point. And then I'll go back and do another one that has, all right, maybe I want to take this guy. Maybe I want to go this route. So I just like looking at what's best available at that point. At least.
Typically I'll do a couple of different mock drafts depending on where I'm at. I like to do a bunch of prep usually. And in this league, I'm kind of just having fun with it. But like we have our own group of about 10 guys that we're going to do our own fantasy draft. And that one, I'll probably do a bunch of prep. But this one, I'm just looking forward to getting to do more football talk with you guys and the fans. So I'm kind of just winging it, having fun.
Whoever had this name, by the way, Juju Dwight Schrutster. Awesome name. Awesome name. I love it.
Going back to what Lyle said about Clyde Edwards-Helaire, guys, Josh was kind of shocked about him before we joined the show that he was, in the top 10. I've seen him in drafts go as high as 3. We're doing our main draft in about a week with all of our ASU guys, and I have the number 2 pick, and I'm slowly turning to begin considering taking him at number 2, just because this guy is going to be, he's a PPR monster. We saw what he did at LSU. Patrick Mahomes asked the Chiefs to take him in the first round. This is the running back they wanted. He's going to be getting all the goal line touches, essentially. So Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the fact that I know whoever took him got him, I think, with the 10th overall pick, I think that's an absolute steal, because I think this is a guy, especially in the next week or so, he could be going top 6, top 5 in drafts.
Yeah, and the thing on him, so I've done all the reading you can on CEH, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, for fantasy football. People like Peter King and Louis Riddick are like, I would take this guy at 1. Now, obviously, and the reason being, again, Chiefs offense, everything Blake talked about. Also, there's a crazy stat. Andy Reid's running backs, like 10 of the last 16 years or something crazy like that, have been like RB1s in fantasy football. The flip side is he hasn't had a lot of time to train. Obviously, because of COVID reasons, they've kind of wiped out training camp. As here I am on the clock. So COVID's kind of wiped out a lot of his chances to get reps in training camp. And also just the usual thing with rookies is they take a little bit of time to get going. so that could be one concern with Clyde is does he take 5-6 games to really start to get the wheels going? Because if you're using your first round pick on him, you want him producing week 1, and he might. But with rookies, sometimes it can be a slow process.
Before we get to everyone's thoughts, I just want to point out that, of course, Coster just took his boy Deshaun Watson from Clemson, and another quarterback went. Russell Wilson just went as well. So, guys, we're seeing already these quarterbacks. They're starting to go off the board early and quick because, as I mentioned, it's a 2-quarterback league. So
this is tough for me because I can't go in and look at who I want to take because I'm the one that's streaming.
I mean, you still can. You just can't queue anyone.
Mike,
so Brady, you're on the clock right now.
Oh man, I don't know how far I want to reach for this.
Also, I see. Yeah, we are officially missing one person, but that's okay because you're going to get a decent size or a decent team with whoever we got. Brady, who are you going to take?
This guy's playing for money right now. He needs his money. I'm going Dak.
That was my next pick. I don't think that's a reach.
No. I respect it. I like it. I think it's fantastic. Coster just went with what we got. Tyreek Hill. All right, now I took 2 pretty stud running backs right away. Now it's just a matter of, do I want to get a pretty good, guys, every draft I have, there's this one guy that I really like to try to snag, and that's George Kittle, who I think is just going to be an absolute beast this year for the 49ers, especially with Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel looks like hurt for the first few weeks of the season. He's going to be an absolute, PPR monster.
Matty Ice.
There you go. I'm sure Coster was probably hoping he'd come back to him there.
Yeah.
So Miles' 2 quarterbacks are already gone.
That's always my strategy in 2 quarterback drafts. Like first couple rounds, just get them locked away. Like I just like to do that.
Lyle, in our college football all-time draft we did, what was the position you held off to the very end?
It was running back, but quarterback I went first. Like my first 2 picks I think were Joe Burrow and Cam Newton. So
now does someone take Joe Burrow in this draft? They have to.
Somebody will.
Because there has to be at least 24 quarterbacks taken. I see Connor took my man, Drew Brees, and that's okay. Because the way I look at it, like, sure, it's great, especially in these, to get, these high-end quarterbacks. But the thing with running backs and wide receivers, it's a lot easier, or it's a lot harder to be a top 10, top 12 running back or wide receiver on a week-to-week basis. When you look at, the top 20, 25 quarterbacks, any of those guys on a given week can be top 5, top 10, top 15. So I get, it's good to have those guys early on. But my thing is, obviously, I'm not going to wait till the very end. But I can get quarterbacks where I can get 2 where they're both going to be top 10 on any given week. But
big fan of the Tom Brady pick, Josh. Big fan.
Well,
thank you.
In a 1 quarterback, you got to agree with you. The only thing is, like, you'll be shocked like how fast quarterbacks are going because, like, sometimes people end up with like, it'll be Jimmy G and Goff or something like that. So.
Right. So we'll have to see. And Johnny Barrow just said, "Darn it, Josh. Sorry, pal. Goat team, goat quarterback." So Josh took Tom Brady. Guys, is Tom Brady going to have the best season he's had in a while? Because obviously, what he's got in Tampa Bay, he's got arguably his best, weapons. I think he might have just overall in his entire career. Do you guys think he's going to have a resurgence?
I don't know if resurgence is the word. I don't know how far this team is going to go. I'm going to be honest with you. But in terms of the most weapons that Brady has probably ever had, I think this is right up there with it. If it's not for sure the most weapons he's ever had in his career.
Tom Brady in his career has had a lot of great slot receivers.
Yeah.
He's had a couple great outside threats. Randy Moss is an outlier, but you have 2 of the best deep ball threats in Mike Evans and Chris Godwin on your team. It's going to open up the field a lot more for Tom Brady.
Yeah, that'll certainly help. My only thing is Tom Brady himself did not look great last year, and I know his offense around him wasn't great, but like age, even with him, age was starting to catch up because Father Time, as we know, wins in any situation. So I think he'll be fine, and I think having Godwin and Evans is certainly going to help, and having Gronk back for sure. But a 43-year-old quarterback, eventually he's going to slow down.
I just want to say, guys, we are moving through this draft. I mean, we're almost, into round 5, and we've been doing this for only 10 minutes. So we were actually kind of worrying about this going like an hour and a half. This might be done by like 5 p.m. Pacific. So that's great. Everyone's moving along with their picks. Love to see it. And of course, someone's using the entire clock right now. Josh Allen.
Draft Josh Allen.
I was high on Josh Allen, but I guess he came out the other day and said he wants to run a lot less, because that's what makes Josh Allen a really good quarterback, especially fantasy-wise. He wants to run the ball a lot. So if Josh Allen's not running the ball, I think Lyle has his own opinion on Josh Allen just overall as a quarterback. He's not a huge fan. And someone just took Robert Woods, Josh.
It was me. Josh.
Oh, it was Josh. Oh.
You said, Josh, you're on the clock. And then someone took Robert Woods, Josh.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
The sharpest tool in the shed.
Hey, this is all happening so quick. I can't really keep up with what's going on right now. But
By the way, that was my toughest pick of the whole draft because I had 3 wide receivers that I was had queued up, and they're all in terms of where they rank on the list or in most fantasy lists, they were 1, 2, 3 next to each other. So I went with my heart and took Robbie.
So I was going to mention this earlier, guys, but I ended up forgetting. No one took Gardner Minshew in the first round, so unfortunately, no one's going to be getting a year's supply of Bud Light. But maybe that's for the best that we're not getting, free water for the upcoming year. But guys, I will tell you this: I am going to go with the quarterback with this next pick. It's just a matter of which quarterback I'm going to go with. I'm on the clock right now, guys. Everyone, take a quick guess as to which quarterback Blake's going to go with. We'll see if anyone gets it right. 20 seconds, boys, to guess.
All right. Hold on. You got to use this whole clock. I'm going to go Cam Newton.
I like that.
I'll go Tannehill.
Has Breeze been taken already? Yeah.
Unfortunately. Well, Brady got
Marcus Mariota.
Unfortunately, none of you guys are right. I'm going with the good old GOAT, Matt Stafford. This is
great fantasy quarterback.
This is
great fantasy quarterback.
Yards, completions, touchdowns worth a lot of points, and he is going to just let the ball fly this year in Detroit. So overall, Matthew Stafford, I like him, but I am upset because I did have my eyes on Drew Brees. I thought he'd be able to get back to me with my next pick, but unfortunately, Connor had to come in and nab him, but that's okay. Brady, who you going to go with?
Tyler Lockett. He's been really reliable for me in the last couple of years in fantasy, so let's go with Lockett.
I like it. There goes Tannehill to 2 Gurleys.
And it's right back on to me. Oh, man, I don't know.
Guys, remember last year for the first 2 weeks of the year when I had Todd Gurley, my team name was Gurley's Gone Wild?
Yes.
Yes. I thought that was a great one.
Oh, I just dropped my pen. All right.
Let me get my pen.
Guys, I
don't know.
Brady, who are you going to take?
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. Guys, I'm on the clock in 1, and I have no clue who I'm going to go with this next pick. I have no clue. Jonathan. I did have my eyes on Jonathan Taylor. I will
listen, man. As a Colts fan, I will tell you this: you just drafted a backup running back before the starting running back. Just saying.
Well, the back
he'll take over.
Oh no, they're evenly splitting. I love this backfield for the Colts with Mack and Taylor. Love it. No problem with that Jonathan Taylor pick. Because why Coster? Because why not? See, that's
because he's good.
That's his team name.
Guys, let Lyle talk.
Oh, I was just going to say, so now I've got 2 receivers because I took Kupp in the last round, the better Rams receiver, of course. And and then, I don't know, I thought about taking Odell Beckham with my last pick because honestly, Kitchens was not the right guy for the job. Baker didn't like him. Now Baker's not only in shape, but people love Kevin Stefanski, and I think he's going to help that offense immensely. And somebody I think is going to benefit from that is Odell Beckham. So. And by the way, Beckham still went for 1,000 yards last year. So
yeah, no, I mean Beckham, he has the chance to be, an absolute stud. It's just, does Baker Mayfield take that next step, guys? When do we think we're going to get a new team name for the Washington football team? Because the season starts in 2 weeks.
Well, they're not going to do it
this year. Next year.
Wait, so that's official. They're not going to have a team name this year.
They're going to be the Washington football team this year.
Yeah, I didn't know
playing
that.
soccer. It's like soccer.
Hey guys.
Oh boy,
I'm taking a staple on a Josh Schaefer fantasy football team. You have 15 seconds to guess who it is.
Zach Ertz. It's Zach Ertz.
It's going to be Zach Ertz.
It's Zach Ertz, baby. He's back. Back-to-back fantasy football league titles with Zach Ertz as my team name.
Just too easy to know.
He's back, baby. He's back.
Mark Andrews.
He'll be a stud tight end this year for sure.
Mm-hmm.
My chest Ertz, guys.
Yeah.
Cam Newton, there he goes.
I'm so excited to see what Cam Newton will do this year.
Yeah, I'm excited to see as well. I mean, he has the chance to be really good. I mean, when he's hurt, he looked awful. Oh, Baker Mayfield, Cortland Sutton. Oh, those are the 2 auto picks because we're missing one guy sadly. But guys, we're already in round 6. I got a pick coming up. I'm at pick 69.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Very nice. It's very nice. All right, who do we got? We got Josh coming up on the back. Now, Lyle, you In a lot of fantasy drafts, the mindset going in, I get it's a 2-quarterback league, but a lot of people like to get running backs early just because there is such the dump off at the end. Are you too concerned with, I mean, obviously there's still some okay names here, but are you concerned with not having, a potential kind of RB1 lock? Again, some of these guys, they get finished top 12, but they're not the guys they used to be in the past. Does that worry you at all?
Not really. Just because, I mean, I looked at the other positions and I look at 1 point differential, which is why I got my 2 quarterbacks first. And that's also why I took Travis Kelce so high, is because tight ends are hard to find. The thing about running backs and receivers is obviously, the top tier guys are the ones that are going to produce the most. But the thing about running backs and receivers is it's easy to find guys on waivers throughout the year too. So that's kind of my mindset.
Especially receivers. That's why, unless I'm getting like a Michael Thomas, maybe like a Julio Jones and Devontae Adams, there's so many guys. Even when you go to like the 70s, 80s, even like in the hundreds, you can get guys, I'm looking like right now, like a Robbie Anderson, Emmanuel Sanders, Curtis Samuel. You have some really good picks there that you can nab late that can really help your team out. So I agree with you. That's why I went in to get Kittle, just because I think aside from like the top 4 tight ends, there's such a dump off after that. So I really want to have like a good tight end, but that was my strategy, at least going into this.
Let's see Lyle's strategy as he's picking now.
It'll be interesting to see. Well, he needs a running back. DeAndre.
DeAndre. I like that.
That has a chance to be a pretty good pick. I got mine already, and I wanted this guy last year off waivers, but Jordan's team picked him up. But it wasn't Jordan that picked him up, because in the wee hours of the night, Lyle went and got this guy, and this guy's an absolute stud, and that's DJ Chark.
Yeah.
Where he ended up being like the wide receiver 5 or 6 for like the rest of the season after Lyle picked him up for Jordan's team.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I guess it's just the offense he's going to be in this year. I mean, not that it's that different from last year. I guess, we'll just have to see with him.
I would love to pull the trigger on Melvin Ingram, but, he's really going to be splitting carries with our.
You mean Mark Ingram?
No, Melvin
Gordon. Melvin Gordon.
Oh yeah, which quarterback? Which running back are you talking about?
I'm
going Devin Singletary.
Yeah, until Zach Moss takes all the carries, Brady.
Yeah, right.
No, actually, like they're saying Zach Moss might be the goal line back because Singletary has a fumbling problem. But hey, that's okay because you're on the clock in 1 pick, so you can make it up.
Yep, I am. And let's wait. All right, here's a reach, and I've been waiting for this.
Oh boy, here we go. I'm ready, Brady. Let's see it. Unless he's just going to hold off for the
Rob Gronkowski.
Okay.
I mean, you're telling me an elite Hall of Fame tight end with a year off and is now healthy isn't going to have a good year with his best buddy Tom?
Guys, Melvin Gordon is still. I think Gronk's gonna have a good year. I think Gronk is guaranteed for at least 1 or 2 touchdowns week 1, just so they can establish that connection already. But guys, Melvin Gordon, I think it was Brady mentioned it. He's beginning to slip, and he's going to slip some more because I'm not going to take him. And then we got Lyle on the clock.
All right, interesting.
So what is Lyle? I think Lyle, he does need another running back, and Melvin Gordon is just sitting there. And David Montgomery, he's going to be out for, I think, like 3 or 4 weeks because he pulled his groin.
Yeah, I'd rather have him. Mostert.
I like that one, Lyle.
Mostert, yeah, it's a good one. Guys, now what point does someone have enough courage to take a head coach or a punter who's the first one to do it?
Lyle's taking Dabo next round.
Hey, people love that. According to the polls, it was a good move. Again, I'm not taking some 1940s coach to run my team of elite athletes.
I don't know.
Yeah, if Lyle could, he'd actually let me go right now because people are asking in the comments, in the comment section, how exactly the scoring works for punters. I hinted at it, and I'm going to go and find how exactly we determine points.
I will tell you this: when I played with punters, we did, I think it was a yard per punt. Granted, our final scores were like 1,000 something. We made our passing points just ridiculously high. We made it crazy, but we did a yard per punt. I would not recommend doing that.
All right, so for everyone that wants to know about punts.
Oh, that's a great pick. That's a great pick. I knew he was going to take him too.
Cam Akers, yeah. I mean, it's just a matter of who wins the starting job. Then
there's not going to be a starting job, I don't think.
It's going to be running back by committee.
They're going to run by committee, but then you've got a couple of guys on that team that are simply going to take it between the tackles, and I think that they're going to utilize Cam Akers in.
All right, guys. So here
We were bound to have that. But
all right, guys. So here's how it works for punting. Punts inside the 10, you get 2 points. Punts inside the 20, you get 1 point. Punt average of 44 plus 3 points. Punt average of 42 to 43, 2 points. Punt average of 40 to 41.9, 1 point. So nothing too special. I didn't do it where every time you punt, you get a point, which was what I should have done. So those are the scoring systems for punters. But hey, we'll see, right? We have some excitement now on our punters as opposed to kickers, because that's like the worst feeling when your kicker comes out and he has to make like a 50-yarder and then he misses and shanks it and you're like -2 or whatever it is. And you're like, well, dang it.
True.
That would suck, wouldn't it, Blake?
It would suck.
Yeah.
It would suck indeed. All right, guys. We got Josh on the clock right now.
Okay,
Josh.
so that's like 2 picks in a row where Team Cavedo has gone for who I was going to go to next. So now I got to actually figure something out here.
Well, Josh, you have 15 seconds to figure it out.
That's true. That's true.
The good and bad thing about having this 30-second clock, where it makes things move a lot, but when you're on the clock, it's all of a sudden, well,
like
you need
that.
to make a pick now.
He's gonna have a great year, Josh.
See, so I really like Stephon Diggs, and he's a guy that I've wanted to take in past drafts too. I honestly was not going to take him right there. I would have rather taken AJ Green or Tyler Boyd, who was picked a few picks ago, but I can't afford having 3 players who catch passes with week 9 buys. So,
Big Ben, welcome back, Big Ben.
Yes. Welcome back indeed. Well, the good thing is I have 3 guys that I really have my eyes on here, so I'm definitely going to get one of them. And one of them just went AJ Green because I really had my eye on him, so that's fine. Will Fuller, I had my eye on him, so thanks a lot, Lyle.
He's healthy. He's going to be unreal, especially with Hopkins gone. Watson loves him, and they've raved about him this summer.
And Hollywood Brown, hoping he can have a huge year this year in year 2. But yeah, no, Lyle, Will Fuller. I mean, if he the thing is, when he's healthy, he's literally like one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. It's just he's only healthy 3 to 4 games a season, so we never get to really see what exactly he does. But if he's healthy, especially now that he's probably going to be the number 1, unless
there it is, Costner with Burrow.
Interesting. I was looking towards him, but I didn't know when exactly I needed to pull the trigger. So we'll have to wait and see. Mark Ingram, that's a good pick, Brady. At least until J.K. Dobbins comes in and takes his job too. Every running back that Brady's drafted is just going to lose their job to the backup.
Right. Just wait, Blake.
Oh, who are you going to take next? We need to figure out who.
I'm not up right now.
I know. Well, 2 Gurley's 1 cup. Ukurion Johnson. It's still not as great as Gurley's Gone Wild. I think that's the best.
I think this one's better.
2 Gurley's 1 cup.
Yes,
Is our audience old enough to understand that reference?
I don't think so, and don't look it up.
Or look it up and send us your reaction.
Please don't.
Do that.
No,
don't do that.
Film yourself and send us your reaction to that. Now, Lyle, I do have to say, Jimmy G is still on the board.
I'm gonna
You
pass.
gotta take him, dude.
Great
gonna
quarterback
pass.
with a great receiver always works well. Until he loses his job to someone else, whatever.
I don't know, dude. N'Keal Harry looks pretty good.
Yeah, they're very similar positions.
Well, we got Coster on the clock right now, so once Coster picks, I'll pick. And
Edelman still went for 1,000 last year, so that's a good pick, Brady. Also, I think Coster took DK a few rounds ago. Oh, I think that dude's year 2 is
all right,
be off
guys.
the
I got 30 seconds. I'm taking a quarterback. Who am I taking? Make your predictions.
See who's available.
Bridgewater.
Ooh, I like that pick. You're taking Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
You're taking Gardner.
No, Drew Lock.
Gardner.
Guys, unfortunately, it's none of them. Because this quarterback is going to light it up this year. He's going to throw
Phillip
for
Rivers.
30 yards.
Don't do it.
I'm going to do it.
Don't. Oh my God. You're so dumb. You're so dumb. You just lost this league, Blake.
Nope.
He's better than Jimmy Garoppolo. I'll speak that into existence.
Well,
Yeah, he's better than Jimmy Garoppolo, but it's not that hard.
Hey, Jared Goff's not a good quarterback, but he's going to be throwing 300 to 400 yards a game with 3 to 4 touchdowns a game this year because the Rams aren't going to run the ball. No.
I don't know, man.
I'll take him over Daniel Jones. I'll take him over Daniel Jones any day. Let's see. Josh. Josh does need a second quarterback, so the question is, who's he going to go with when he's on the clock in 1 pick?
I was about to go Daniel Jones. See, this is really interesting. I think I'm gonna kind of what Lyle mentioned. I'm gonna go with Drew Lock here because he's better than who they had before.
He was really good toward the end of last year. Like the final 3 games he started, he was really good.
Well, they won games, but look at go back and look at what Drew Lock's numbers were. I think there was only one game where he threw more than 200 yards over those last 5 games.
Well, I still think that they believe he's their guy.
Oh yeah, well with the weapons that Drew Lock has this year, I mean, you would hope so because with Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, they got KJ Hamler, Noah Fant, Melvin Gordon, Devin Singletary. Or not, Phil, I don't know why Devin Singletary, Philip Lindsay. He has a lot of weapons. So if Drew Lock can't get the job done with those weapons, it's going to be tough. Also, Splonsky, since he's on auto, oh my God.
Wow.
Andy Reid just went. Okay. It's a bold place.
Yeah, hey, that's not a bad idea, actually.
What, a coach?
Yeah.
Wait, so can you explain again how the head coach points work? Is it just for wins?
Yeah, let me go back and figure out what they were again.
But you get more points for the more points you win by. I think.
Yeah.
Said.
Let me see here.
Johnny Hecker.
Oh, to Josh.
No.
Oh my God! Someone took Josh's punter. Oh my!
It was Barrow.
Oh my gosh!
The Ravens coach was just selected because
I like how it says coach. I
John
like how it doesn't go by name. It's just Ravens coach.
Yeah.
Let me see here, guys. Let me.
I like the Ruggs pick. There's some great rookie wide receivers this year.
There are. All right, guys. In regards to head coach, 4 points for a win, -4 for a loss, 3 points for a 25-point win, 2.5 for a 24-point win. You get the picture, and then the more you lose by, the more points you lose as well. So essentially, just win games, and you're going to get a lot of points.
Just that easy.
Yeah. So if you win, but the thing is, winning one game, that's I guess it's only 6 or 7 points you get. But however, if your guy loses, that's -7, and that could make or break a week for you. So we'll have to wait and see. We got the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I wonder if I can't find it. Did he take Clyde Edwards-Helaire? He didn't even get Clyde Edwards-Helaire, so that's something you hate to see.
Barrow, I'll give you Dalvin Cook and David Johnson for Johnny Hecker, straight up.
That sounds like a fair trade. That seems like a fair trade.
Ah, sigh.
I know. I like how Connor's just now picking whoever he thinks I'm going to take. But nah, it's okay. I'll get a decent coach later in this draft, and I'll get some more depth with these picks right here. Ooh, Golden Tate. I like how Lyle's just taking a bunch of his former Notre Dame and Seahawk guys.
Well, yeah, right. Golden Tate is the best wide receiver in terms of yards after the catch of the last decade, and he also catches touchdowns. Yeah.
He's the Yak King, according to Lyle.
He is the Yak King. That's what he calls himself, at least.
Well, with the chance of something, happens to Melvin Gordon, Philip Lindsay's been a back-to-back 1,000-yard rusher, so I'll take him there. Again, if something happens to Gordon, he's a stud.
That's a really good. I mean, like I said earlier, that's a guy that I was going to take 3 picks ago, but I didn't want to add another running back with the same bye week as one of my other guys. But that's who I had last year, and I loved it.
Yeah,
right.
He would have been better if he had a different quarterback, which is why he had better production the last couple of games when Drew Lock was his quarterback, because Flacco couldn't hit him on these little checkdowns.
Guy with a lot of promise this year, and Big Ben's back, and he's the number 2 receiver. You're talking.
What?
What, Brady?
I said I was talking about my pick, and then I was trying to explain what I was going to do, and then Josh was still talking.
I wasn't talking.
Hey, I like that our man Connor. He's trying to make me feel better by taking Sean Payton for me. So he's just letting the draft come to him. Team's looking stacked. Thanks, Connor. I know my team's looking pretty stacked. I appreciate you letting me know. But as always, Connor, thank you for the donation. And I need to beat him. Brady, you have 7 seconds.
I know.
Also, did it seem like I was still talking? Because I wasn't talking.
Yeah, I don't think
someone was talking.
Brady, who was talking?
I don't know.
Brady was talking.
Brady was talking?
I must have been.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows what Brady was doing? We got Coster on the clock right now. This will be interesting to see what happens.
I had to go with my Indiana boy, Jordan Howard.
Duke Johnson. Guys, I'm all for, getting some decent. I don't know. I'm looking at my depth right now. Let me see. I got 1, 2. That's okay. I know exactly what I'm going to do with this pick right here. In case something were to happen to him, it's always good to have a backup and a solid running back committee. Tevin Coleman. I get Mostert.
Another Indiana Hoosier.
He got the bag, but there he goes right there. And I'll go with Antonio Gibson early on. He's going to be a stud for Washington this year. I mean, he was an absolute beast when he was at Memphis. So good pick, Lyle.
I'm just trying to get guys with upside. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably not going to be the starter. He's probably going to be behind AP. Bryce Love's still going to be there, but he's a PPR guy. So if he wins the job, he could turn out to be a pretty solid pick.
Yeah, I know he's on a lot of people's love lists or whatever. So
can the Falcons have Coleman back? Now you can enjoy Todd Gurley, Andrew. You can enjoy Todd Gurley. Josh, what are you thinking here, bud?
Dude, I don't know. So I wanted to do running back, and then all in a row, we had Philip Lindsay go, we had Jordan Howard go, and we had Tevin Coleman go. And I'm not going for Matt Breida here. So I guess we'll go backup, and I don't want to bite on Pollard yet. So we're gonna go Latavius Murray.
Yeah, if something happens to Kamara, Latavius Murray, he's a solid guy.
Yeah.
Murray was their third down back primarily, wasn't he?
For the most part, but the way Sean Payton runs that offense, he
Yeah.
would come in any given time almost.
Yeah.
Going through
Excuse
right
me.
here. All right, guys. Overall, how we liking our team so far?
I'm a fan so far.
No complaints.
yeah, it's getting
Jerry
there.
Judy. I like Judy.
That didn't sound too confident, boys. I think we're having some problems here. You guys must have taken a look at my team and were intimidated.
Oh, Fant. I was going for Fant next.
Yeah, Fan has a chance to be a stud. Interesting. I'm trying to look. Overall for the season, I'm just looking at who's projected the most. And as of right now, the Colts, they're projected the most points via the head coach. 27 points on the season is what the projection is. Just because it evens itself out with all the positive and negative points. So they're projected only for 27 points.
But that's the most?
Yeah, the most remaining, which I'm sure, even still, Sean Payton, he was probably 32, 33. Again, it's just because on one week you can have -5, so it evens itself out like crazy. And there goes our first punter, boys.
Johnny
there
Hecker
goes,
was there.
there goes our first punter.
That's
No,
not
it's
true.
not, Blake.
Oh, that's right, Hecker. Sorry, boys. Forgetting.
CD.
That's a good pick, too.
Oh, mine just
Now,
sort
what
of
is
froze.
The Hawk.
There you go.
I like the Hawk.
Yeah, I like him a lot too.
Hey, guys,
Dude,
Matt-
how did they have both of those guys on the same offense
For
in
Iowa?
college? Yeah, how did they do that?
Yeah, no, that was...
By the way, there have been 3 punters drafted.
Oh, there have been? Who
Yep.
was the other one?
I just got rid of it. Yeah.
Oh.
It was Logan Cook, Kevin Huber, and Johnny Hecker.
Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. Guys, all of a sudden, we're literally only 3 rounds away from this draft being done. We're actually going to finish this by 5. So then at the end, we can take some time to review the teams and whatnot. But we're going through this fairly quickly. I'm shocked. All right, Lyle goes with the coach there. Interesting. Very interesting, Lyle. All right, who do I want? Who do I need? Who do I crave? Who do I desire? Now, that's a great question. There's one guy that fills the needs for this team.
The need for speed.
The need for speed. An elite wide receiver, Rashad Perryman.
So real quick, again, I feel like I've asked and haven't been paying attention. Can you briefly do the coach points again?
Yes. So team win, 4 points. Team loss, -4 points. 25-point win, 3 points. 20-24, 2.5. 15-19, 2. 10-14, 1.5. 5-9, 1. 1-4, half a point. and then same thing if you lose games. So again, if you win a game, of course, Brady, nice pick. So
Yeah.
if you win a game, you're likely going to get 5, 6, 7 points. But if you lose a game, you're getting minus 5, 6, 7 points. So
Right. Okay.
it's not if they win, it's not going to help you really. But if your team loses, then that's rough.
Lyle, have you taken a punter yet?
I have not.
I might go with Big Balls Dixon.
You want him?
Do it.
I don't know, man.
He's
They
rated
don't
low.
punt.
Seconds.
They don't punt much.
No, they do punt.
Chill.
Tressway, yes.
All right, so I'm going to make one pick after
They're going to
that.
punt a bunch.
Hopefully Coster doesn't take my next pick because my next guy I want badly because this is insane value if I'm able to get him right here. Solid running back. So Coster, don't take him. Oh,
There he goes.
Oh, Coster. I was just kidding. I was trying to mess with him. It's not a running back. Curtis Samuel, I'm getting him this late. I'm down. Like, I think he has a chance to really excel this year. Guys, we got a nice donation from our man, Michael Williams, and he wants to know, can you please make an Instagram account covering the league with updates, standings, and trades? Well, Michael, it's a funny thing you ask. If you want to go over right now to our Instagram at Harris Highlights Show, give us a follow, and we're going to be posting week to week what the standings are and how everything's going. We're also going to be talking about it on our weekly podcast every week, what's going on in the standings and whatnot, and we're going to be posting it on Twitter. But in regards to the Instagram, there's our Instagram right there. I'm going to leave it on the screen. Again, at Harris Highlights Show. Michael Williams, thanks for your donation, man. We appreciate it. And looking forward to providing updates and whatnot with how this league's been going, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right, we got Schuster on the clock. And oh man. Ooh, I think he auto picked Jimmy G.
And Gardner Minshew.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Let me take a look here.
Back to backs, and he auto drafted Jimmy G and Gardner Minshew. Love it.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal. So now the problem is, guys, I didn't realize my bench, because I forgot that it's only a 4-man bench, and since I only have 2 picks to go, I mean, I was going to take a third quarterback, so I don't know who's even left. I mean, Derek Carr, Sam Darnold, Tua, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Herbert, Nick Foles, so Ryan Fitzpatrick. So I guess, the weeks that I'll probably need one, I might, who knows, have to take that L. So draft error 101 by me by not getting a third quarterback on my bench.
Yeah, that's why I took Phillip Rivers a couple picks ago. And you got to do it with a guy that doesn't have the same bye too.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that I was already done with the bench because, like I said, we only have a 4-man bench, so didn't even realize who I was going to go with. So
Hey, so I've got one Trojan on the list, and I've got to have a Sun Devil. So who am I taking?
Ooh, that's a great question. Well,
no, Matt Hawk.
Yeah, Matt Hawk, baby.
And
I thought about it.
Let's go.
Wow, Thomas Morstead is really low on this list.
They're not going to punt much. Think about
That's
that.
true. That's true.
He's really good, but they're not going to punt much.
That's true. Who knows? And the Seahawks.
We should have left defenses in too.
Oh, Lyle, you couldn't pick up Pete. Someone just took Pete from you.
Well, somebody should have taken Pete and Dixon together, because then when Pete goes 1st and 10, run 1 yard, 2nd and 9, run, loss of 2, 3rd and 8, pass underneath, then punt. Works hand in hand. And then, of course, they come back in the end and win. So
Ebron this late in the draft. That's a sleeper. I like that one.
Yeah.
Well, they're also going to go like 12 or they could be like 13-3 this year.
No, I know, and that's why I said, and then they're still going to win. They'll win by like 4 points, but they'll win.
Dude, if you can get like 2 points out of Pete every week, that accumulates long term.
It does.
I'll get
Why
my
not?
guy.
Thomas.
Guys, something interesting that someone commented that's actually a genius idea. Now, I guess having like Andy Reid and all that kind of stuff, that's going to be a smart move. Streaming head coaches based on matchups. So whoever's playing the worst team, I can just pick them up.
Washington every week.
Yeah, so just whoever's playing Washington, Jacksonville, I can just pick them up off the waivers. But
So are you not taking a head coach, Blake?
No, I'm going to take a head coach.
Oh, okay.
I'm just probably not gonna keep it.
Oh man.
Okay.
I feel that.
What is that, Tony Pollard? I mean, that'd be pretty solid. You get Zeke's backups if something happened to Zeke.
Derek Carr, okay.
Not bad.
No.
Very solid. God, looking at some of those quarterbacks, Brady, because I can't look it up since I can't choose them anymore. Can you go back to the quarterbacks list just so we
after I pick after my next pick? Yeah.
All right, for sure.
Tying
All right.
our shoes, boys.
Justin Herbert goes, even though Herbert might not be the starter. Oh, I see what you're doing, Brady. You're going to stab Josh in the back with this pick.
Yeah, I am.
That's tough. The thing
He's
is,
gonna.
I've already got 5 receivers though. That's what's tough, and that's the stab in the back because that was my next pick.
Yeah,
it was the Sam Darnold pick.
He's gonna. I mean, Pittman's gonna be receiver 2. Paris Campbell's still coming off an injury, so I think Pittman's gonna have an awesome year with Phillip Rivers.
Yeah,
I'll just take Belichick since I think they play the Dolphins week 1, so that should be an easy win. So I can start off right there.
Dude, I feel like Costner's. I feel like half of his team is picks where like I'm coming in like 5 or like 3 or 4 picks, and then he takes the guy that I'm supposed to pick, and I'm just like, all right, let's crunch these numbers again. Especially in the later rounds when it's like, I think I can totally get this. Oh, of course, Lyle picks AB.
Bro, it's the last round, and he's still the best receiver on earth. Like I'll sit him on the bench for 8 weeks. Like somebody will sign him.
He has to sign with the team first, and then he sits on the bench for 8 weeks.
Well, somebody will sign. No, he just has to. It's 8 weeks, no matter what.
8 weeks, no matter what, and he can sign at week 9. He's allowed to play week 9.
Oh, really?
Nine
Yeah.
Hines.
Huh? I
So
thought it was
instead of him signing and then rushing to waivers, it's like, well, let's just see if he signs. If he doesn't, I'll drop my last round pick. Like
Brady.
How many quarterbacks do you guys have?
I have 3.
I have 3. What, Blake?
Can you go back to the quarterbacks list just so I can see who's available?
I should be able to.
Boys, I think.
I don't think
No.
you can
Why can't you?
because I'm done with my draft, so won't let me
So
see
am
who's
I.
available.
So
Oh,
am I.
right. I forgot you already picked. So the
Tua.
draft's at the end. Tua goes.
Figured I'd grab a third quarterback, and there was no other quarterback that was appealing to me.
True.
I could have gone Haskins, but they're going to lose so many games, so
Ridiculous.
it's not worth it, I feel like.
All right, well, that's pretty much going to wrap up the draft because the next one's going to be autos. So we're going to go one by one, guys, and we're going to share what our teams will look like. We're going to go top to bottom. And for everyone that's watching right now in the live stream, you guys can comment below who you think has the best overall team when it's all said and done. So, Brady, if you can exit out of that, and then we can just – I think you can go to the just go to my team, and then we can just go one by one. And we can see who we got. And again, if you're watching the comments right now, let me get a thing up right here so that way people know what exactly to do.
Week 1, bring it on, Lyle.
Let's do it.
Guys, that took literally 45 minutes
That's
to get
great.
through.
That was quick.
That's
Yeah.
how you do a draft.
We
All right,
really
so Brady,
thought that was going to be so much longer.
All right, so Brady, get up the screen and let's go and see all these teams one by one.
What screen?
Your screen, because we were going to look and see everyone's team on the screen.
Good Lord. I got to go now figure out how to find
Bro,
everybody's.
I literally said it for like 5 minutes leading up to the end of the draft on your screen so we can look at everyone's team one by one.
You just said say your team one by one. Give me a second. I'm getting it
All
pulled
good.
up.
All
Brady's
good.
thinking to himself, you don't pay me enough for this, Blake.
No, you
All
don't.
right. I don't.
Hang on. I'm going to. This is taking forever for me.
And that's all good. That's all good. If you're in the comments right now, hit us up with any Q&As you have, any questions you have. We'll throw those on the screen while this gets a chance to load. Let's see what we got here. Hey, what do we got here from S Gold?
That would be A, B to C is what he's trying to say.
A, B to C.
By the way, just letting
but
you
see-
guys know, Lyle and I play each other week 1, and Josh and Blake play each other week 1.
Yup.
Yeah,
Love
as
to
of
see
right now,
that.
Josh is projected 159. I'm projected 158.
Ooh.
So that's
Love to see it.
that's pretty exciting.
All right, here we
All right,
go.
Michael Williams wants to know. He donated earlier. Just everyone, quickly, guys. Who's everyone's favorite team? I guess this means NFL, probably something like that.
Rams.
Colts.
We're going to be very bad this year.
Colts.
Seahawks. Although I've enjoyed watching Hard Knocks of the Rams, Josh. and
Love
the
watching
Chargers.
Hard Knocks with the Rams and Chargers.
I still need to catch an episode.
That new stadium is so sick.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, we
Also,
only have-
Sean McVay has got some of the craziest energy I've ever seen.
Dude, I love him. Like,
He's
like
awesome.
I genuinely think that I think we've mentioned this on the show before too. I think the Cardinals tried to like replicate what the Rams did with Sean McVay by hiring Kingsbury, but so many like former NFL coaches have come out and been like, dude, like you can't replicate this guy because he's just a really good coach. And honestly, I don't think the Rams are going to be very good this year, but I don't think it has any.
All right.
Agreed. Blake, go through your team and get the thing off the screen so you can see Lyle.
All right. So again, comment below as to who has the best team. I'll start with my team. My quarterbacks, I got Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff. Running backs, Alvin Kamara, Joe Mixon. Going to wide receivers, Terry McLaurin, DJ Chark, George Kittle at tight end, Kareem Hunt, Marquise Hollywood Brown, and my flex. Those next two positions are irrelevant because I don't even think they'll be on my team when the season begins. Going to my bench, we got Philip Lindsay, Tevin Coleman, Rashad Perryman, and Curtis Samuel. That's Team Harris. So let me know, everyone, how great my team looks. Thanks.
And
Hey, Michael. Hey, someone said Pittman Jr. was a big steal for Brady.
Yeah.
A good late pick.
Short round. I hope Blake misses the playoffs by one game because he ties the game. Short round, we don't have ties in this league. At least I hope not. And I went into the settings to avoid ties, but we'll have to wait and see.
We have already determined that Blake has already made some mistakes setting up the scoring in this league.
Exactly.
All right, Josh, this is your team.
All right, so my team, I don't remember who I took in my first pick. I think it was Dalvin Cook. But so my quarterbacks, I've got Tom Brady getting ready to sling it in Tampa Bay. Drew Lock waited a little bit for my second quarterback. That's all right. Dalvin Cook and David Johnson are my running backs. I had Dalvin when he was a rookie. He was great in fantasy. Then he got hurt, but it's fine. I still won the league. So we're back with him. Devontae Adams and Robert Woods are my two starting receivers. Robert Woods is the most talented overall receiver on the Rams. My DMs are open on Twitter. Go ahead and hit me up. Zach Ertz won our other league twice with Zach Ertz as my team namesake and my starting tight end. So sorry to everybody else. Your season's over. Michael Gallup and Stephon Diggs are my two flexes. Matt Hawk, Go State, is the punter. We got Bruce Arians leading Tommy B and the boys down in Tampa as the head coach. And then on the bench, we've got Jamison Crowder. He'll be their number one target there. Latavius Murray, gambling with him, hoping it works out. TJ Hawkinson, the GOAT behind Zach Ertz. So, you know, Iowa should have won more games. And we're going to go with Tua as the last pick for me because all the other quarterbacks that I was interested in are gone. So, you know, did win a Heisman, but maybe he can come in on a bye week and win me some games.
All right. There you go.
I got to go to Lyle's or mine or Lyle's. Whichever
So
one.
Reed, this actually comment came when I was giving my team. Sorry, Josh. So he says that's the W team for me. Andrew says, I can't wait to give Blake a fat L. Not having ties is a good idea. Josh, we're going right here from Reed. He said, or sorry, where to go right there. Josh got a steal with Jamison Crowder.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably going to be Sammy D's number one guy there. So
Tom is an L, but the receivers are good.
Totally disagree.
That's my favorite player, but you already know why. I'm a Florida State fan. And watch as Latavius Murray's potential carries go to Taysom Hill.
Look, short round, I appreciate the comments, and I know that you're accurate, but let's settle down here a little bit.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Caleb said he's loving his team.
Take it easy.
He's loving his team.
Lyle, here's your team.
Okay. Quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson, Matt Ryan. I took my quarterbacks early. It's a 2-quarterback league. DeAndre Swift, Raheem Mostert as my two running backs. I know I got them both a little bit late. I tried to invest in some other positions. Cooper Kupp, Odell Beckham, my two receivers, and then Travis Kelce is my tight end. If somebody looks at my team and says, well, neither Kupp or Beckham's really a wide receiver one, well, what happens when you draft a tight end high is that's basically your wide receiver one. So my WR1 is basically Travis Kelce. That's how I look at it, at least. Fuller and Kirk in my flex, I think both those guys have really high upside, especially since things should open up a lot more for Kirk now with Hopkins there and with Kyler Murray only getting better. And Kirk also went for over 1,000 yards last year. Braden Mann's my punter. He was really good at A&M. The Jets also don't exactly have a potent offense. I've got Mike McCarthy as my head coach. My bench, Golden Tate, and two Antonios, Antonio Gibson, Antonio Brown, and then Phillip Rivers is my third quarterback.
Gosh dang it, Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, that's right. Brady's new quarterback.
My new quarterback.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Enjoy. Big fan.
He's better than
Jacoby.
Jacoby. I was having a big one.
All right. My quarterbacks are Dak Prescott, Aaron Rodgers. Saquon Barkley was the number 2 overall pick. So Saquon and Devin Singletary until, as Blake said, Devin Singletary loses his job. My wide receivers, Julio Jones, Tyler Lockett. My tight end, Tom's best friend, Gronk. My flex, I got Mark Ingram and Julian Edelman. Trey Way is my punter. Frank Reich, my head coach. Deontay Johnson, the receiver from Pittsburgh. He's WR2 there. Jordan Howard, Derek Carr, and then Michael Pittman Jr. as my last pick in there. I think I had the highest scoring bench potential out of all you guys, though.
I mean, I don't know. My bench is pretty. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. I'm just looking at the projections right now, guys. Obviously, projections mean absolutely nothing in fantasy, but just I want to share with you guys what some of our early projections are with this. So it says that Josh and I are going to have a great matchup. It says Josh is projected 159. I projected 158. Going across the list, we got some people projected in the 150s. The highest, though, is the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He's projected 169 points. Projected 169 points with that team. So again, projections, they mean nothing, but as of right now, that's the highest. Looking at this right now, Lyle's team is projected 155. Brady's is also projected 155. So that's going to be a deadlock game right there. But guys, those are the teams.
Where do you see that? Are you online or are you on the app? On your phone?
The app. I was on the app.
I got it. That's why I haven't seen it yet.
That's all. I think I might make a graphic about what our teams look like and how all that looks like. So if you guys didn't see what our teams were, go follow our show on Twitter. Let me get this back up. Follow the show on Twitter at the HH Show _. You guys can also follow us on Instagram at Harris Highlights Show. We're going to be posting the full rosters there. And again, on a week-to-week basis, we're going to provide updates with how the league's doing. When we do our show, we're going to talk about how we did and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to keep you guys posted with the league. We're going to be telling you guys how everything's going. But again, if you haven't already, make sure to follow the show on Twitter at the HH Show _. Follow us on Instagram at Harris Highlight Show. Guys, what were your thoughts, takeaways from doing this fantasy draft with all of our Patreon members?
I like it. I'm looking forward to the season. Got to be honest. Typically in like 12-man leagues, I'm kind of not feeling it by the end of the draft because it's like, man, like who else like do I actually want to pick here? And then you look at the team and you're like, man, there's some holes here. Could be the way I drafted, but I think the way that you set up like what players like or what position spots we have, I feel really good about the draft. The waiver wire is going to be a pain though, because I just looked at available players, like half of them are punters. So I don't know, I'm looking forward to it.
Too, because I think I did mess that up, having only 4 bench spots. Because again, if you want to get someone on your bench, you're likely going to have to cut someone that you really want to keep. So it's going to make the waivers that much more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. I mean, we've done a live draft in the past where we all just sat around and drafted our team, but to actually have the live events happening up on the screen, I thought was fun. And it was fun to have some of our members in talking about what their strategies were and their view on fantasy football is. And yeah, here's to a good season.
Yeah, as I don't remember who it was at the very beginning. It may have been Costa or Connor, but someone said they're looking forward to getting to know everybody here. And obviously the 4 of us, we've known each other for years.
Really?
But I guess so. Apparently so. But it's going to be awesome to interact with the fans and everybody else that's been we see their names, we know them by their usernames, but it's going to be cool to actually get to trash talk and interact with them that way as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I mean, that's guaranteed every week. As I said, you heard it here first.
Trash talking is required.
I'm going undefeated this year. I just want to let you know, whoever you're playing, my team name is going to change on a week-to-week basis based on what information I can find. I'm going to be doing my research, guys. So guys like Connor, guys like Lucas, I'm going to be going through your profiles, finding out who your friends are, DMing them, and getting to know all the dirty little secrets I need to know to make my team name what it is so I can just end your guys' life before the week even started.
I got a great one you can do for Coster. Yeah, that's pretty easy.
That one night in NOLA.
One night in NOLA.
One night in NOLA. One night, Noah. All right, so guys, make sure to follow the show on Twitter at the HH Show _. Follow us on Instagram at Harris Highlight Show. We're going to be doing our ACC preview. It looks like we're going to be doing it this upcoming Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. So if you guys want to go back, watch our Big 12 preview, watch our SEC preview, ACC preview coming up next week. Hopefully all four of us are rocking some awesome ACC merch that we all get in the mail. Maybe with how conferences are going, maybe we can do a full Sun Belt and American Conference preview as well. Who knows? Because we still have about a month or so until the season. Short round before we close things out. I hope Blake goes undefeated but loses in the first round of the playoffs, or whatever round there is for a bye in the top seed. Short round, that's what I did in our highlight league last year. I literally had the best record. I think I lost one game all year. And then in the first round of my playoffs, I lost by like 5 points. So we'll have to wait and see. Looking forward to it, guys. But before we head out until Tuesday, any final parting words for those that have stayed around and tuned in?
Probably going to end up changing my name right when the show ends.
Same
Team
here.
name, not like personal name.
Oh, I was really hoping you were going to be like Esteban.
Yeah.
Esteban Julio Catamorosa Rosa Ramirez.
Esteban Julio Ricardo Montoya de la Rosa Ramirez.
Yes. So Blake pulled the Saints in the playoffs. Yes, I did short round. Yes, I did. Josh, I think for our first matchup, we might have to have a little bet. Loser or winner host the show.
Oh.
Okay, sure.
He doesn't seem confident in his team, guys. He seemed to pause a little bit there.
He's got nothing to lose.
Yeah, you really have nothing to lose at all.
It's like, okay.
All right.
All right, guys. So as I mentioned, make sure to follow the show on Twitter, on Instagram. Listen to the show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. The link is in the description of this video. You can go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, search up the Harris Highlight Show. You guys can follow, subscribe, listen over there. But yeah, for Josh Schaefer, Lyle Goldstein, Brady Klein, this is Blake Harris. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be keeping you guys posted, and we're going to see you all right back here again Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern for our ACC preview.